are back with another chapter of Meaning of the Mind by LizzeXX. We are currently on chapter 21, which is the final chapter for the Rise of the Cybermen episode. And we're going to have an interesting reaction from Angel with the Cybermen, but I won't say too much about that. But if you want to follow along, chapter link will be in the description below, as always, for Archive and Fanfiction.net. There's no difference really, except Archive will have a picture for each episode, and I think it should be in this chapter because we haven't seen it yet. So let's just get right into this, shall we? With chapter 21, Rise of the Cybermen, an old enemy. The blue van pulled up outside an old house. Young man, Jake, as he later introduced himself to Angel, getting out first, frowning when he caught sight of something odd. There's a light on. There's someone inside the base. Mickey and Angel clambered out to see the light on as well, the faint glow shining through one of the windows. Mrs. Moore, we've got visitors. Mrs. Moore nodded, moving to his side as they quickly snuck down along the side of the house, trying to be as quiet as they could. Angel and Mickey exchanged a look before following them, the human pair with guns up ready, moving to crouch down outside the door. Jake turned to Mrs. Moore, whispering as he counted on his fingers. 1, 2, 3, go! They burst into the house, Mrs. Moore and Jake pointing their guns, only to see a man who looked just like Mickey, clearly Ricky, standing inside. What the hell are you doing? Ricky glared at them. Mrs. Moore and Jake just looked between him and Mickey, completely astounded. What are you doing there? Jake called to Ricky. What am I doing here? Ricky asked, walking forward. What am I doing there? He pointed at Mickey. Jake and Mrs. Moore quickly turned their guns on him and Angel, Mickey immediately taking a step in front of Angel, pushing her behind him. He promised the Doctor he'd protect her. What's more, he promised himself he'd protect her too. And that was exactly what he was going to do. The Doctor arose, hid in some bushes outside the Tyler mansion, watching as quite a few expensive cars pulled up. "I've got visitors," the Doctor remarked, pouting a little as he watched person after person amble into the building. Angel would have loved to be there. She loved meeting new people, always found them fascinating. And, just looking at how these men and women were dressed, and staring at the expressions on some of their faces, he could tell Angel would probably give some of them one of her comments, or ask them something that would have them huffing off while she just patted her adorable confused pout as they shuffled quietly beside her, never laughing at her, but more at the others who would storm off. Once you got used to Angel's questions and comments, it was far more entertaining and truly thought-provoking than offensive. So it was more than that, though. He missed her. Already. It had only been an hour or two at the most, and he already wanted to drive Rose back to the main part of town and find Angel. He blinked, realizing something. He and Angel had never been separated this long before. Not ever, really. Ever since she joined them on their adventures, even before he regenerated, he hadn't ever let her wander too far away from him. Sure, there were times where she would suddenly rush off, but he'd always follow. In fact, the more he thought about it, the more he realized she'd only ever left his side a handful of times by choice, and only for a few minutes, 10 at most, and only once by force when they'd been separated in the game station. He didn't count the time he'd been attacked by the Reapers, as he truly couldn't remember it. To him, he just disappeared and reappeared a short time later. He really missed her. It just didn't feel right to be without her. Not anymore. He missed holding her hand, seeing her smile, hearing her laugh, just the little things. And, while he knew they'd see Angel and Mickey soon, only 24 hours at the absolute most, he just couldn't help but wish she was there with him, as she should always be with him, like he should be with her. February the 1st, Mother's birthday, Rose murmured, pulling him from his thoughts. Even a parallel universe, she still loved the party. Well, didn't keep Tyler's guest list. I wouldn't mind a look, he admitted, shaking his head to gather his focus. There's one guaranteed way of getting inside. He held up the psychic paper. Psychic paper? She spoke excitedly. Who do you want to be? Several waiters stepped out of the kitchen of the Tyler residence with refreshments. The doctor rose among them, dressed in the same black uniform. A woman took some food from Rose's plate and walked off, Rose smiling politely at her. We could have been anyone, Rose remarked quietly to him. Got us in, didn't it? The doctor countered. You're in charge of the psychic paper. We could have been celebrities. We could have been guests, celebrities. The doctor gave Rose. We end up serving. I've had enough of this back home. They both smiled politely as guests took some items off their trays. You don't know what's going on. Work in the kitchen, the doctor argued. Work with the pillow chains, didn't it? Rose rolled her eyes. That's only because Angel suggested we start there, she reminded him. As I recall, she got that expression about the way of someone's heart being through their stomach mixed up and thought the kitchen was the heart of the school. Still, he had to smile at that. Angel had gotten much better at her expressions, but some still escaped her. She was right. Rose nodded. When is she wrong? She counted as they moved slightly to the side of the room, watching as people chatted and laughed. According to Lucy, that man over there, Dr. Jan, nodding at the president. Who's Lucy? Rose turned to him sharply, a frown on her face. She's carrying the salmon pinwheels, he nodded, he replied, pointing to the young woman on her tray. Oh, that's Lucy, is it? Rose narrowed her eyes at the girl. As Angel's best friend and Hugo's adopted younger sister, it was her duty to keep an eye out for other women when Angel was with the doctor. She and Angel had talked a lot about what happened with Brunette, what the girl had felt seeing the doctor interacting with and praising the woman. She nearly smacked herself for being so daft as to think anything between her and Angel would change just because Mickey was her official companion. Angel still came to her to talk about things the men wouldn't understand, still asked her to explain expressions and other cultural norms that humans shared. They still joked and laughed and spent time together, actually even more than before. She listened to Angel speak of how she felt hurt that the doctor had complimented Brunette, having only just met her, how she worried the woman might make the doctor regret asking her to mate. She still giggled at the word, despite the fact that both Angel and the doctor had explained what it meant in the context of their people. And she listened to Angel speak of her own insecurities. It really made her feel special that she had been able to reassure Angel of the doctor's affection, talk to her, encourage her to talk to the doctor about it. Angel was always making sure she was alright. It was nice to be able to return the favour. Angel had seemed much more thoughtful as she left her room that night to work on the console, and ever since then she'd noticed a big change and closeness between the doctor and Angel that clearly made the two of them very happy. Yeah, the doctor nodded, not seeming to notice Rosie's intention. Lucy says that is the president of Great Britain. What? There's a president, not a prime minister. Think so? Or maybe Lucy's just a bit thick? Excuse me, they heard Pete call out, following the crowd to see him standing on the stairs. Thank you very much. Thank you. If I could just have your attention, please. Pete, the man shouted. Go on, Pete. Thank you very much. Pete grinned. It's about time you did some work. I thought you liked them, young. I'd just like to say thank you to you all for coming on this very special occasion. Pete began as Rose watched him. My wife's 39. The crowd chortled at that. Trust me on this. He gave him a thumbs up and a wink, earning a laugh. So, without any further ado, here she is, the birthday girl, my lovely wife, Jackie Tyler. Rose leaned over for a look as the doctor eyed her, concerned. He knew that, though Rose didn't seem to have realized it at the moment, it would be hard to have Jackie, the woman she saw and knew as her mother, speak and look at her as though she didn't know who on earth Rose was. He could only hope that Rose wouldn't get the chance to have a one-on-one chat with the woman, hoping the guest would keep Jackie occupied. Rose would want to talk to her mother, and her mother wouldn't have a clue who the girl was, nor would she probably care. And he knew that would hurt Rose badly. He knew from past experience it always hurts to have someone you care about look at you as though they had never seen you before, to have someone forget you because they must. The crowd cheered and snapped photos of the elegantly dressed Jackie stepped down the staircase, smiling as I think that's supposed to be at, smiling at them. Now, I'm not giving a speech. That's what my parties are famous for. No work, no politics, just a few good bakes and plenty of black market whiskey, she announced as the crowd laughed. Pardon me, Mr. President. She smiled at him. But yeah, get on with it. Enjoy, enjoy. The crowd cheered as Pete took Jackie's hand as they moved down the rest of the stairs to greet their friends. You can't stay, the doctor reminded Rose softly, even if there was some way of telling them. Of course I can't, she nodded, though a bit distracted. I've still got mum at home, my real mum. I couldn't just leave her, could I? It's just, they've got each other. Mum's got no one. She's got you. Those two haven't, he huffed. All these different worlds, not one of them gets it right. Rose, Jackie called as something barked. There's my little girl. The Yorkie scampered over to Jackie, who scooped her into her arms. Come to Mummy. Mummy. Yes, good girl. Good girl, aren't you? Rose's mouth dropped open at the sight, the doctor taking one look at her expression before laughing. He stopped quickly as she shot him a dirty look. Sorry. Trey walked outside the factory, a metallic voice ringing out as the newly created robots marched past in an orderly line. Platoon now board. Oh wait. Platoon now boarding. How do we do Cybermen voice? Platoon now boarding. A robotic voice stated. Platoon OL2 boarding. Stop staring. Crane scowled the man watching the metallic men walk by. Who are they, sir? The man breathed. I'm told they're the future. Ain't technology wonderful? Go on, get in the cab, start her up. Sir? The man nodded, going to do that, happy to be away from the mess of men. Mr. Crane, are we mobile? LizzeXX's voice rang over the earpod. Just about in the road, sir, Crane replied. And yourself? I'm arriving, Mr. Crane. Prepare the factory. Crane looked up to see LizzeXX coming in. Now, stand and forth, old friend. Let the good work begin. Jake, Ricky, and Mrs. Moore stripped Mickey to his boxes, tying him to a chair, as Angel, fully clothed, sat at another chair, tied to that as well, looking away to offer Mickey some form of dignity and privacy. Jake crouched by Mickey's side, scanning him with some sort of device, the results filtering through to Mrs. Moore's laptop. He's clean, Jake told Ricky. No bugs. But this is off the scale, Ricky remarked, eyeing Mickey. He's flesh and blood. How did that happen? Well, it could be that Cyber's Industries have perfected the science of human clothing. Mrs. Moore shrugged. Or your father had a bike? Ricky's gaze narrowed on Mickey as he circled him menacingly. Your name is Mickey, not Ricky. Mickey, he thought hard. Dad was Jackson Smith. Used to work at the Kiko's and Christian Parade. Went to Spain, never came back. Ricky learned being closer to him. That's my dad. So, with brothers? Be fair, Jake called. What else could it be? I don't know, but he doesn't just look like me. He's exactly the same. There's something else going on here, Jake. You're twins, Angel called out, trying to comfort them. Give the humans a believable explanation. She knew what could happen if humans learned about time and space travel before they were ready. She'd seen it in Adam. They became greedy, sometimes violent in their quest to obtain it. And, while she doubted Mickey's double could ever be so, she was extremely protective of the old box. Only explanation, she added when Ricky glanced at her. Separation at birth? So, who are you lot? Mickey cut in, trying to get their attention off Angel. He promised the doctor, hell, he promised himself, he'd take care of her. That job he was doing so far. We are the preachers. Ricky stood tall. As in gospel truth? You see? He pointed to his ears. No earplugs. While the rest of the world downloads from Cyber's Industries, we have got freedom. You're talking to London's most wanted. But target number one is Lumen, and we are going to bring it down. From your kitchen. Have you got a problem with that? Oh, it's a good kitchen. I like kitchens. Angel added, nodding. Not cooking in them, though. I've been told I'm not allowed within 5 feet of the stove anymore. Ricky just shook his head at her, not really sure how to respond when the laptop beeped. It's an upload from Gemini, Mrs. Moore explained. For consolation? Angel asked. You could talk to the stars on that. I think it's a code name, Mickey supplied, seeing her confused expression. Oh, she nodded. That made much more sense. The fans are back, Mrs. Moore reported. They're moving at the back speed. Looks like Gemini was right. Limit's finally making a move. And we are right behind him, Vicky smirked. Pack up, we're leaving. Take those two with you, she added before heading out the door. A huge lorry from Cyber's Industries drove past the dark road. The preacher's van pulling out the shadows after it drove past. Ricky was driving, Jake and Mrs. Moore in the back, loading their guns. Nikki looked on uneasily before glancing at Angel to see her clutching the power cell in her hand. She knew she wasn't very comfortable around guns, around weapons, really. She and the doctor seemed to have that in common. She had still one, her Y1, an adventure or two ago. She just said that weapons took a little piece of you when you used them, especially to hurt someone else, and she just didn't feel comfortable with them, not even during the war. He reached over and put his hand over hers, offering the comfort she so often offered him, small though it was, as he was with the doctor. The resulting smile put one on his face as well. He was proud he managed to at least comfort her, even a little. The doctor slipped away from the crowds in the mansion, walking down a corridor or past a darkened room where the door was open slightly. He stepped back, seeing a laptop open with desk inside. He glanced back, snuck into the room, closed the door behind him. He pulled in his glasses and got to work. Rose watched as Jackie chatted with the president, laughing at a joke, when Pete appeared next to her. "I'm 21st," he commented. "Quite cider for George." "Sorry, champagne?" She offered the tray, trying her best not to stare at him. He picked up a glass. "Might as well. I'm paying for it," he laughed. "Big night for you." "Well, for her. Still, she's happy." "Yeah, she should be. It's a great party. Do you think?" She gave him a thumbs up and a grin. "And trust me. You can trust me on this," he corrected her jokingly, winking with his own thumbs up. "That's it, sorry, yeah." She laughed. "So, how long have you two been married?" "20 years. And no kids, or..." He kept putting it off. He sighed. She said she didn't want to spoil her figure. "Not too late. She's only 40. 39. Oh, right, 39. She chuckled a bit. "It's still too late." He shook his head, and she could see the sadness in him. "I moved out last month. We're gonna keep it quiet, bad for business." Rose's smile faded as she nodded. "Why am I telling you all this? We haven't met before, have we?" Rose stared at him as he did her. "I don't know. You seem sort of..." "What?" she breathed, recalling the last time she'd seen her father. The connection he felt with her even then. He eyed her a moment, unable to put his finger on it. "I don't know, just sort of... Right?" He quickly stepped away, growing uncomfortable. "Phoebe, how's things? How's it going at Torchwood?" Rose watched him go sadly. Ricky and Jake crouched out in some bushes, but talking to Mickey, Amy, and Mrs. Moore as they sat in the car, waiting. "I don't know what they're doing." Ricky's voice came over the com. "But they seem to be the target. Big house, spare bit of money. Now we've got to find a way to get in." "The front door is usually the best way into the house, and the most light," Angel remarked. "You just go up, knock, or ring the bell, or sometimes there's a knocker, which helps because your knuckles might hurt a little when..." "I think he meant sneaking into the house," Nikki told her quietly with a smile. "Right." She laughed a little at herself. "I've identified the address," Mrs. Moore continued, ignoring them for a moment. "It belongs to Peter Tyler, the big tech millionaire." "Pete Tyler?" Angel's eyes widened as she looked over at the house, just knowing the doctor and Rose were inside. It would only be a matter of time before Rose figured out where Mickey had gone, where she let Mickey go, and convinced the doctor to do the same for her. He had dead loved one. He's listed as one of Limit's headsmen, straight to the state. "We gotta get in there!" Mickey shouted, clearly making the same connection Angel had. "Now shut it, duplicate! That's what I just said," Ricky called before the sound of heavy footsteps marched in the distance. "What are we doing?" Angel's eyes widened at the all too familiar sound, her heart stopping in her chest as she clutched the power cell so tightly her knuckles turned white. "What the hell are they? Get out of there!" Angel leaned forward and pressed the cob. "Just get out! Quickly!" Mickey looked back at her, concerned, as she moved back into her seat. closing her eyes and scrunching up her face in extreme concentration, pressing her fists to the sides of her head. She and the doctor had been working on establishing a mental bond, one that would allow them to reach each other's minds with ease. It was turning out to be a bit difficult as it seemed her time with the mental dampener had left an impression on her mind. When she regenerated, her mind had automatically quieted and guarded her thoughts, making it difficult to lower her mental shields and let someone in. But they were getting there, slowly but surely. She could only hope the doctor would hear her calls of warning. The doctor watched the presentation of Lumix playing out on the laptop. The most precious thing on this earth is the human brain. Lumix spoke as the demonstration began, a slight itching in the back of his mind telling him he wouldn't like what he had found. Jackie sat alone just outside the mansion on the porch. Rose spotted her through the window and followed her outside. "This is Tyler. Is there anything I can get you?" she asked. "The last 20 years back." Jackie laughed tiredly. Rose smiled. "Uncertain of how to respond to that. I can manage a glass of champagne. Or a nice cup of tea." "Oh, that would do me." Jackie smiled as they laughed. Rose sat down beside her. "Come on, love, that. End of a long night. She never goes straight to bed. She always stays up just to have that last cup of tea." "Oh, I'm the same." "Two sugars." "And me." Jackie laughed. "He always says, you know." She stopped suddenly, shaking her head. Never mind him. I was talking to him earlier. He's a nice man. A bit of a jack the lad, I suppose, even if he has got money. But he's a good bloke. Better than most." She glanced at Jackie a moment. "He's worth a second chance." Jackie turned to her sharply. "Are you commenting on my marriage?" she asked coldly. "No, I was just. Who the hell do you think you are?" Jackie glared. "You're stuff. You're nothing but stuff. You're just a servant girl, for God's sake." Rose looked away, hurt, hearing the woman she recognized as her mother speaking to her in such a way. "Hey, you are certainly not getting paid. Don't you dare talk to me." She stood up and stormed back inside, leaving Rose alone on the bench, upset. Suddenly, a floodlight snapped on, making Rose squint through it to see figures approaching, with a boom on their steps. "This is the ultimate upgrade," Lumen's voice finished. "Our greatest step into cyberspace." The doctor looked horrified, seeing the finished product of Lumen's invention, the metal men that was, the houses for the removed human brain. "Cybers," he gasped. The itch at the back of his mind had become a dull throb now, nagging him to get out. He ran out the room and through the parted doors to see Rose come in from the porch and head to the window. He ran to her, looking out, pressing his face against the glass to see robotic, metallic men approaching. "It's happening again," he breathed, his eyes wide, his mind already drifting back to the times he knew he faced this very same enemy in the past, knowing full well what they were capable of and what they would do to the human. "What do you mean?" Rose frowned. "I've seen them before." "What are they?" "Cybermen." He swallowed hard. Cybermen were approaching the house. Cybermen were outside, where Angel was. His heart stopped. He had to get out there. He had to find her. He had to get her away from the threat of the cybers, and suddenly a number of the cybers shoved their fists through the window, striding into the house, forcing the guests back, till they were cowering in the back of the room, no way out, the doctor and Rose among them. The president tapped his earphone as it beeped. "Mr. Lumet, Mr. President." Everyone could hear Lumet's reply. "I suppose a remark about crashing the party would be appropriate at this point." He gave a sick-sounding chuckle. "I forbade this." "These are my children, sir. Would you deny my family?" "What are they?" Rose turned to the doctor. "Robots." "Worse than that." He shook his head, looking around the room, trying to see if there was any way to escape, to make it past the robots, to get out. "Who were these people?" the president asked. "Doesn't matter." Newman spat. "They're people," Rose gasped. "They were," the doctor nodded, "until they had all their humanity taken away. A living brain jammed inside a cybernetic body with a heart of steel. All emotions removed." "Why their emotions?" "Because it hurts. I demand to know, Lumet. These people, who were they?" the president shouted. "They were homeless, wretched, and useless until I saved them," Lumet stated. and elevated them, gave them life eternal, and now I leave you in their capable hands. Good night, sir. Good night, President. He hung up as one of the Cybermen stepped forward. We have been upgraded. To what? The doctor asked. The next level of mankind. We are human point two. Every citizen will receive a free upgrade. You will become like us. I'm sorry. The president stepped up to the Cyberman. I'm so sorry for what has been done to you. But listen to me. This experiment ends tonight. Upgrading is compulsory. And if I refuse, don't! The doctor called, jumping, refusing would set the Cybers off on an attack. It would cause chaos, and while that would be the perfect opportunity to escape, it would also put the Cybers on higher alert and make it much more difficult to do so. What if I refuse? I'm telling you, don't. What happens if I refuse? Then you are not compatible, it replied. What happens then? You will be deleted. The siren suddenly grabbed the president's shoulder, electrocuting him. The crowd screamed and started to run. Jackie! Peter shouted, trying to get through to Jackie, but there was too much chaos. The doctor grabbed Rose's hand, pulling her through one of the broken windows and outside. There's nothing we can do. Rose pulled away, trying to get back in. My mum's in there. The doctor just pulled her away again. She's not your mother. Come on. They ran for a small hill in the backyard, stopping when a row of Cyphers appeared in the distance. They spun around and ran back beside the house as Pete jumped out the window. Quick! Rose called to him. Quick! He ran after them. Jackie shrieked as the Cyberman spotted her, running down a corridor pursued by them, till she turned and ran down the stairs into the cellar, but the Cyberman followed. Pete, is there no way out? The doctor shouted as they reached the front of the house. He needed to get out. He had to find Angel. The side gate, Pete called, leading them over to it. Who are you? How do you know so much? You wouldn't believe it in 100 million years, the doctor started. They stopped quickly as another row of Cybermen appeared. They turned and ran back to the house as two figures ran at them with guns. Who's that? Rose squinted, a light shining behind the men, making it hard to see. Get behind me, Ricky ordered. The group ran behind Ricky and Jake as they fired at the Cyphers, forcing them to stop. Rose ran up to Ricky. Oh God, look at you! She hugged him tightly. Thought I'd never see you again. Ricky pulled back. Yeah, no offense to you, but who the hell are you? Rose! Ricky shouted, dashing down the hill with Angel behind him, the girl half leaping into the doctor's arm as he pulled her into a tight release hug. That's not me. That's like the other one. Oh, I didn't things weren't bad enough. There's two Mickeys, to remark. Oi! Angel nudged him, stepping back out of his arms. You're just jealous that I've technically got two equally handsome companions now. Handsome? The doctor shouted, mock cross at the same time as Mickey beamed at her compliments with a thanks. Handsome? The doctor repeated, counting at Angel. And what a very handsome mate, she added, making him beam. Ricky, more than a little confused, just chose to introduce himself. It's Ricky. But there's more of them. Mickey pointed at the Cybers. They looked around to see the Cybermen moving to stand around them. We're surrounded. Angel gasped, grabbing the doctor's hand in her own, needing the comfort she always felt when she was around him. The Cybermen, she couldn't. She just, not them. Anyone but them. Put the guns down, the doctor said as Ricky raised his gun. Bullets won't stop them. Jake and on with him and fired a rally. The doctor pushed the gun down with his free hand, not about to let go of Angel's hand, even if he could get out of her death grip. No! Stop shooting! Now! He straightened up and turned to the Cyphers. We surrender! Hands up! He put his hand up with Angel, as did everyone else. There's no need to damage us. We're good stop. We volunteered for the upgrade program. Take us to be processed. You are rogue element, the Cyberman stated. But we surrender. You are incompatible. But this surrender. You will be deleted. But we're surrendering. Listen to me. We surrender. You are inferior. Man will be reborn as Cybermen, but you will perish under max deletion. It raised its arm as did the others. Delete, delete, delete. And that's the end of Chapter 21 ends the Rise of the Cybermen episode. But we do have a nice little picture with the Doctor, Angel, and Rose being surrounded by the Cybermen. So yeah. Anyway, we enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. Don't leave a comment. Go leave a review or comment on the story. So show the author some love. Maybe a kudos as well, which is on archive. So go show the author some love. But before you do go, be sure to subscribe. Upload new videos every Friday and Saturday. And I'll see you guys next Friday with a new video.